Hello, grade 7. How are you today? I hope that you all are fine. Before we start, I want you to open your student books, page 120. Page 120. Our lesson today is about the grammar. So we have grammar in context. Today's lesson is about be going to. Be going to. Let's start reading the sentences so we can understand more what the lesson is about. Look at the sentences and answer the question. A. He's going to climb a mountain in the Antarctic. B. He isn't going to stop making TV series. C. What are you going to do? So, and this note is we use be going to talk about future plans and intentions. We talk about future plans and intentions. As you can see here, future plans and intentions. What form of the verbs come after be going to? So, today's lesson is about the expression be going to. We use be going to express or to talk about the future plans. So when you want to do something in the future, you use the be going to. These are some examples. He is going to climb a mountain in the Antarctic. So this is a future plan that he is thinking about to do. He is going to climb. Letter B, he isn't going to stop making TV series. So if you want to make a future plan negative or something that you don't have the intention to do, you just add not. He isn't going to stop making TV series. Sometimes we ask people or anyone about their future plans. What do we use? Sometimes we use the WH questions. This is an example. What are you going to do? So now I will explain some of these rules like this. When we have the affirmative form, we have the affirmative form. We have the affirmative. Which means that we have a sentence and with a dot. This is the affirmative. This is the affirmative. What is the form that we use? The form is, we use what? We use the subject plus the verb to be plus going to plus verb 1, and it should be infinitive, plus the rest of the sentence. So this is the form when we have what? When we have an affirmative sentence. If we want to make it in negative, we just add what? We just add here not. We just add not. So it becomes a negative sentence like this. Let's talk about some examples. I am going to study English. This is a a sentence that tells us that I have a plan in the future to study English. I am going to study English. As you can see here, what did I use with the pronoun I? I used am. And in this example, what did we use? We used is. So, what are when the verb to be that we use with the pronouns? Let's see. We have the pronoun he, and we have the pronoun she, and we have the pronoun it. And what else do we have? We have what? The singular nouns. With singular nouns, what do we use with these? We use the verb to be is. And if we have they, we, you, and if we have plural nouns, what do we use? We use are. And what do we use with the pronoun I? We use the verb to be am. So he is, she is, it is singular nouns like, for example, Ahmed. Ahmed is going to. They are, we are, you are, and plural nouns like people. People are going to. And I we use with it am. I am. I am going to study, like this example. Okay, now let's suppose that we want to make this like an interrogative. Okay, we want to make it an interrogative. And what are the interrogative sentences? They are the sentences that ends in a question. They are about questions. How we can do these sentences? This is the form of these sentences. We have two types. Type number one, if we have yes or no question. Yes or no question. If we have yes or no question, this is the form. If we have yes or no question, we put the verb to be at the beginning, the verb to be, then we put the subject here, and what do we have here? Going to, and we have here verb 1, which is what verb 1? Infinitive. I will give you an example. Are, this is the verb to be. Are you going to swim? This is what? This is an interrogative question or yes or no question, and we used going to with it. We are asking about future plans. Okay, if we have form 2 for the WH questions, what do we use with WH questions, or what is the form of WH questions? At the beginning, we put the WH question plus verb to be plus the subject plus going to plus verb 1, which is the infinitive, and if we have plus the rest of the sentence and the question And we have also here what? The question mark. Example, what are you going to do tomorrow? This is an example. This is an example. What are you going to do tomorrow? So these are the most important things that I want you to know about the be going to. And now we are going to do the student book exercises, page 120. Let's start. Here we have just a dialogue between two people. I will read them for you. 2a. Listen to the dialogue. How is going to pronounced? What are you going to do tomorrow? B. I'm going to meet my friends. A. Are you going to go out? B. No, we're going to watch TV. And now we are going to do exercise number 3. Let's start. Exercise number 3 says, write about the future plans of these adventurers. Use be going to. We have here the verbs that we are going to use, and we want to make them in the brackets. Number 1, they have already done this sentence. It says, Holly isn't going to fly across the Sahara Desert. So we have not and fly, and Holly is what? It's a singular pronoun. It's a singular noun, sorry. So Holly isn't going to fly across the Sahara Desert. We have here what? Right, and we should use going to with it. We have the pronoun she, and with she we use is. So we write she is, and we write going to. She is going to, and what's this verb? It's ride. We just write ride. She is going to ride, like this. A motorbike across it. Number 2, Tom and Avon. We have the verb ski down Everest. What do we have here? We have Tom and Avon. We have 2 people, so they are plural. What do we use with the plural nouns? We use what? We use are. So Tom and Avon are, and now we write going to what? Going to ski. We write here ski. Tom and Avon are going to ski down Everest. Now, what do we have here? Number 3, Andy, and we have not sail across the Atlantic. We have not and we have sail, and we have Andy. Andy is a singular noun, so we use with it is. Andy is, and we have not, so it becomes isn't. Andy isn't, and we write here going to, and the verb sail. I will write it here because there is no enough space here. So I will write here, and you can do like me. Okay, let's continue. He, what? Sail around the world. What's he? He is a singular pronoun, so we put is. He is going to, and the infinitive verb is sail. Let's continue. He is going to sail around the world. Number 4, Hannah walk from New York to Los Angeles. Hannah is a singular noun, so we use with it the verb to be is, and is going to, and the verb walk. It's the verb walk. Let's continue. Number 5. Emma travel in space. Emma is a singular noun, so we write is and going to plus what? Travel. Plus travel. So Emma is going to travel in space. Number 6. Lucy make a film about alligators. Lucy is a singular noun too, so we write is and going to and make. Like this. And what about 7? Luke live alone on a desert island. Luke is a singular noun, so we write is and going to and the verb live. Luke is going to live alone on a desert island. So this is exercise 3, and these are the answers of exercise 3. Now we are going to do exercise 5A. As you can see here, exercise 5A says that we have to write questions with be going to. Write questions with be going to. Let's start with number 1. Number 1, we have Rose and Tim live on an island. So these are the subject, and this is the verb, and this is the rest of the sentence. What do we have here? We have 2 people, so they are plural. And with plural, we use are. We put are at the beginning of the sentence. So it becomes like this. Are Rose and Tim going to live on an island? This is how we should write the question. Now, let's do this exercise on our notebooks. And we should write like this on the notebook. We write exercise 5A. It's on the student book. And it's page on the student book. And it's page what? 120. Page 120. Number 1, they already did it. And let's see number 2. Number 2 is, we have what? This is a WH question. And we have Jack. And we have do. And we said in the previous thing that we wrote in the notebook that if we have the WH question here, this is the form. We have WH question plus be plus the subject plus going to and plus the verb and the rest of the sentence. So how we should write it? We have here the WH question. This is number 2. This is number 2. So what should we write at the beginning? We should put the WH question. It is what? And we have here Jack. Jack is a singular noun. What should we put? Is. What is? Then we write is here. And what is Jack? Then going to, and what's the verb? Going to do. And we have the WH question. What is Jack going to do? This is just the sentence. Let's go to sentence number 3. Sentence number 3 says, we have Brandon and Sam jump down a waterfall. How should we do it? We have a plural noun because we have two people here, and the verb jump down a waterfall. How should we write it? We should write, because they are two, and because we don't have WH question here, you should know that it's yes or no question. And in the yes or no question, this is the form of yes or no question. We put the verb to be at the beginning, the subject, going to, and the verb infinitive. And because we have a plural noun, we should use the verb to be are. So we write here, are Brandon and Sam going to what? Going to jump down a waterfall. A waterfall. And with the question mark. So are Brandon and Sam going to jump down a waterfall? So this is the question. Now let's do sentence number 4. We have Paul and buy a pet spider. So this is the noun or the subject, and this is the verb. So as you can see here, we don't have a WH question, so the question is going to be yes or no question. And we said in the yes or no question, we should start with the verb to be. And because we have Paul, Paul is a singular noun. What do we use with it? Excellent, we use the verb to be is. So we start the sentence with is. We have here sentence number 4. We start with the verb to be is, then the subject. What is the subject? It's Paul. This is capital because it's a name. Is Paul. Then we write going to. Is Paul going to? And what's the verb? It's buy a pet spider. Is Paul going to buy a pet spider? This is the question. Let's see number 5. What Lily do? What do we have here? We have what, and what is a WH question. And when we want to make a WH question, we should start with the WH question. So we write what's at the beginning. Here we have 5. So we write here what, then the verb to be. What do we have here? We have Lily, and Lily is a singular noun, and we should use the verb to be is. So what, then the verb to be is. What is, and what's the subject? Lily. So what is Lily? Then going to, then the verb that is in the infinitive, it's do. What is Lily going to do? This is the question. What is Lily going to do? Now let's go to sentence 6. Katie make a TV series about wildlife. Is it a WH question or yes or no question? We don't have a WH question like here, so this is a yes or no question. And we should start with the verb to be. And because we have the subject here is Katie, so we start with is because it's a singular noun. 6, we start with is, and we have Katie. We have here Katie. Is Katie, and before the verb we write going to. Is Katie going to make what? A TV series about wildlife. Make a TV series about wildlife with a question mark. Now the last sentence, let's see it. We have here who and the verb build a house in the country. And because this is a W question, we should start with it. And here we don't have a subject. Why? Because we are asking about the subject who. So how should we write it? We should write it like this. Number 7, we should start with the WH question, who. Then we are asking about a person. We are asking about someone. So we should use is or are. We can use both, but here, because we are asking about someone, we use is. Who is? Then we use going to, because who is going to? Here we didn't use the subject here because we want to know the subject. Who is going to build what? A house in the country. A house in the country. Who is going to build a house in the country? With a question mark. Who is going to build a house in the country? What is the difference between this and this? Here we know the subject. What is Lily going to do? But because we don't know the doer of the action, or we don't have the subject, or we are asking about the subject, we say who is going to build a house in the country. This is the answer. So these are the answers of question 5a. I will send them to you, and I want you to write these answers on your notebook, please. And please don't forget to write these answers too in your notebook. Take a photo and show me what you did. And we have here an exercise. I just want to tell you about it. Match the people with their plans for the future. Write sentences with be going to. We have an example. We have like a maze here. You want to guess with each name or names with which sentences. For example, we have here Katie. If we walk with this line, we will find that it is connected with by a pet spider. So they want you to make a sentences using be going to. Katie is a singular noun, so Katie is going to buy a pet spider. Like this sentence here, as you can see, Katie is going to buy a pet spider. I will do the next one for you. Rose and Tim. What? Rose and Tim. We have here, make a TV series about wildlife. As you can see here. So what is the question that what is the sentence that we should make? It's like this. Rose and Tim are, because they are plural. Rose and Tim are going to make a TV series about wildlife. I want you to practice this at home. Try to make sentences by your own to practice this rule. I hope that you enjoyed this lesson. It's so easy, but you need to focus on some rules that we talked about. Study well, grade 7. Have a nice day.